Hey, welcome back to the podcast, Evil Dungeon Master Universe Podcast. I'm your host, Evil Dungeon Master Vince. Hopefully, you're having a great day. Tuesday, time for another podcast. Ask the DM at theevildm.com is my my email address. My website is theevildm.com, where you could sign up for my newsletter and see all the other little things that I'm doing, like write-ups and such like that, right on the website, and it can be sent to your email box if you sign up, so you don't have to go anywhere. Support me by going to buymeacoffee.com/evilDM. Thank you to those that have gone there and supported me and dropped a small donation. I appreciate that. Again, thank you to those on YouTube that support me there as well. They get their weekly stream on Fridays and get videos ahead of time. So hopefully they're enjoying those benefits for only 99 cents when they click the join button on YouTube. Anyway, so today we're going to flip open the Dungeon Master's Guide to page 60. And we're going to talk about something that's generally, something very simple. Detect evil and or good. Gary has a whole paragraph, or I think three paragraphs total, here about detecting of evil and good. And he has some strong arguments here about how it should be handled, and I've come up with some examples to help further illustrate what he's talking about here. So let's go over it now. It's important to make a distinction between character alignment and some powerful force of evil or good when this detection function is considered. In general, only no alignment spell will determine the evil or good a character holds within. It must be a greater evil or a stronger good to be detected. Characters who are strongly aligned do not stray from their faith and who are relatively high level, at least Aether level, might radiate evil or good if they are intent upon appropriate action, so they could be radiating it at a higher level. Powerful monsters such as demons, devils, kurins, and the like will send forth emanations of their evil or good. Aligned undead must radiate evil, for this is its power and negative force which enables them to continue existing. Note that none of these emanations are noticeable without a magical detection, though things like devils, this is my thought here, demons, devils, stuff like that, and undead will radiate evil presences, regardless if you have detect magic. It's just that fear aura that they have about them. So, in like fashion, powerful magic items which have some purpose as respects alignment will radiate evil or good unless they are aligned with neutrality, which is neither, of course. Most other magical items will most certainly not, even though their effect might be good or evil. Likewise, items which are not magical but which have powerful effects will probably not give evil or good aura. Poison is a prime example. It perfectly neutral, has no aura whatsoever, because poison is a substance that is in a bottle and it's not being used. Poison can be used for multiple things, so until it's actually intently used on something, it has no alignment. Unholy water will emanate evil, just as holy water will radiate good. Places sanctified to some deity of evil or good will certainly give off the appropriate aura. So, thus a trap, for example, is neutral and gives no evil or good reading. If the same trap leads victims to a layer of Jubilix, for example, there will be an aura of evil about it. While if it brings victims into the realm of Bahamut, it will send out an aura of good. Using these guidelines, you should have little difficulty in adjudicating the attempts of characters empowered to detect good or evil to do so. As a side note, be sure to remember that all such detection requires not less than one round of stillness and concentration, whether the power is from some inner source, paladins for example, or by some external means such as a spell, a sword, whatever. Therefore, characters must stop, have quiet, and intently seek to detect the aura. Something that a lot of people do forget about these detect alignment type things. That they need to stop, they need to focus, and they need quiet to do it. So it's not something you could do in mid-conversation or just run around, haha, detect evil, haha, detect evil, haha. No, you have to stand still and look around, think, focus. A lot of times we forget that and we just kind of wave hands and just be like, meh. We had a paladin in our group one time that was detecting evil because they have the ability to do that, and it was just like, I detect evil every 5 seconds. It was getting rather annoying. If the DM at the time, wasn't me, had seen this paragraph, he would know that the paladin would not be able to exactly do it that way. He'd have to stop, he'd have to focus and concentrate with no, obviously with no noise around to distract him. Then he can detect the aura of if somebody's evil or not. So, a couple other examples I have detecting an evil in the necromancer's lair. Obviously, a necromancer is probably going to be evil. The party's paladin uses detect evil upon entering a dark chamber. It doesn't reveal the necromancer's alignment directly, but if the necromancer has been conducting strong acts of evil, like raising undead, there's a chance that an aura of this place will reflect that. Additionally, any undead creature present will radiate evil, giving clues to the dark room's nature. So the party meets a high-level cleric, and the paladin uses detect evil to gauge if he's trustworthy. If this cleric is powerful, devoted servant of an evil god, and actively plotting against the party, the spell, I shouldn't say the spell, the ability should reveal his aura as being evil. However, a casual meeting without intent won't show an aura, even if the cleric has an evil alignment. Now, a lot of people are probably gonna be like, "Well, that's not how it works." Well, actually, it does, because even unless you use the spell no alignment, detect evil only really does detect if there's an evil intent or evil something going on. It's not exactly how you think it is. And I'm sure people will argue with that, and I don't mind. That's what starts conversations. The party uncovers an ancient relic while exploring ruins. The magic user uses detect magic, and the paladin uses detect evil. The spell reveals the relic radiates a good aura because it was once dedicated to a good deity. The aura indicates it was crafted for a specific righteous purpose, so the party knows it's not just a powerful artifact, but one meant for benevolent use. So that's another way you can do it. There's various ways you can handle it. It has to be the intent, and obviously, it's not how it should be, as we think. If we look at the player's handbook under page 22 under the Paladin class, it's very vague. So, detection, detect evil up to 60-foot distance is often desired, but only when a paladin is concentrating and determining the presence of evil and seeking to detect it in the right general direction. It doesn't really tell you that intent evil, but if we read the paragraph in the Dungeon Master's Guide that I just read, it tells you that with detect evil, there must be some type of an evil intent happening to be detected. Like I said, a casual conversation is not going to detect evil exactly unless the person is actually actively trying to do something against the party. So we have that example there. If we flip further into the book on page 45 of the player's handbook, we can go to no alignment, which is a clerical spell, which is reversible. It is a no alignment spell enables a cleric to exactly read the aura of a person, human, semi-human, or non-human. This will reveal the exact alignment of a person. Up to 10 persons can be examined with this spell. The reverse totally obscures alignment even from the spell of a single person for one turn, two persons for 5 rounds, etc. Certain magical devices will negate the ability to know alignment. So no alignment will actually give you the alignment regardless of the intent. So thinking about all this, detect evil will only detect evil if there is an intent of evil or a presence of evil that was performing evil. If it's a casual conversation, according to the rules, no, you can't detect evil. So it has to be evil intent against you or purpose of evil against you. Interesting news. There's something I just wanted to point out because a lot of people forget how detect evil works. Now, you could probably argue with me in the comments, and I'm sure you will because that's what all gamers do. And by all means, I look forward to seeing your opinions on this because everybody interprets the rules differently when it comes to gaming. And that's what makes the community a great, that's what makes the hobby and people who play it interesting because not every person interprets everything the same. And again, these books are guidelines to help you play. Everybody plays differently, and it's just something that everybody has to accept. not every person is going to be the same. So when it comes to playing these games, let's keep that in mind. We're all people playing the same hobby and trying to have a fun time here at the table. So arguments are fine as long as they don't get into something heated. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comments about this below. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this. Ask the DM at theabledm.com if you want to scream at me or whatever. Comments on Spotify, comments on YouTube, and keep it original, keep it old school. Good night, and God bless. I'll see you next time. Keep those AD&D fires lit.